So, you've reached level 40, and you decided you want to start raiding. But there's just one catch. Raiding, like many other games, has very specific mechanics and features that make it a little bit difficult to just say, I'm going to DPS the boss and finish the fight. In this series, I'm going to be showing you the mechanics of each boss in the raids for Elyon Online. Now, from my knowledge, these mechanics will affect the later stages, because I've been told that the later stages only just increase the damage and the HP of the adds and the boss. So in this series, I'm going to be showing you the quintessential tips and tricks to defeating each and every raid boss without making your raiding party have a massive headache. So, without further ado, let's get started. So our first raid we will be talking about is the Nightmare City raid. This raid is situated in a town plagued by nightmares created by the Nightmare Shepherd Crowler. Our goal is to save these civilians from these dreaded nightmares and make sure that they never happen again. So the raid will start off as normal. You go through this pathway with your friends to go to this open area where you will fight these fanatics. These are people obviously plagued by the nightmare, so of course they're going to try to attack you. They don't have any special effects. They are just simple fanatics. In this run, we are currently doing a 3-man run of this dungeon stage 1. There's not a lot of damage, there's not high damage in this raid, as you'll see, because we are able to complete it with 3 people. We have a Mystic, a Gunner, and a Slayer. I am running the Speed Shot Epic Attribute build, which is, I like to call it left mouse, right mouse button, because it's pretty simple. You hold right mouse button, as you can see, and then you use the left mouse button to regain some energy, and rinse repeat. So, we're clearing out these fanatics. There's about 40 to 60 of them, and after you clear them all out, they will allow you to go to the mini-boss. So, after a while, you can head to the mini-boss, which will be guarded by 4 priests. These priests, when aggroed, will start to attack you alongside these mobs. The one thing the priests can do is they can turn you into a frog if they hit you. So if they deal damage to you, you will be turned into a frog for roughly 5 seconds. You can't do anything. You don't have any abilities. You can't even jump. So you can't even be a frog. So that is a little unfortunate. But nevertheless, that is the one thing they can do that makes them a little bit stronger than the adds, is they can turn you into a frog, make you unable to deal DPS. After you kill them all, the mini-boss will spawn, and you just beat him up. He doesn't really do anything special, not to my knowledge. He is more of a meat shield than anything else. In my runs of this raid, I have yet to see him do something, although if he does something in a later stage or whatnot, I will keep you guys updated. So after that, we will head to the next area, which we will clear out a lot more fanatics. Now, there is, again, about 40 to 60 of them. The only bonus is that none of them are stupidly strong and can easily kill you. So, of course, we're just going to clear these out and finish them all off. And as you can see, I did get turned into a frog, so the morph will make it to where you can't do anything, you can't DPS, you can't really run because you're slowed heavily. So, here we're just kind of clearing them all up, finishing them all down, and eventually we will see more approach. So, you kill 40 to 60 at the beginning, and then they will summon portals that they will continue to run out of. So, me and my friends just kind of group them all together, and I use the Speed Shot for the DPS, as well as my friend utilizing their Mystic abilities. I don't know my name at the moment. Maybe I will later. Utilizing Hurling, Speed Shot, as well as some abilities, if I'm in a pinch, to allow me to CC them and deal enough DPS to finish them all off. So, after that, we will be fighting Nightmare Shepherd Crowler. Now, there's a lot of things on this raid that you should probably be aware of. So, here are some tips. The first tip is that at about 390k on stage 1, roughly 25, we'll say like 10%. At 10%, if he loses 10% HP, he will summon a sphere. This sphere will follow somebody. Now, this sphere, if it hits the person who it's targeting, which is me, it will squad wipe the whole party. So what you want to do is not let the sphere hit you. You want to DPS the priest that he will summon. The priest he will summon will move around the battlefield and will try to evade your attacks. Once you beat him, once you drop into 0 HP, the person with the sphere, I recommend running towards him at about 20 to 30%. After you run towards him at about 20 to 30%, he will, once he drops to 0 from the other party members, he will go into an invincibility stage. It takes about 3 to 4 ticks before he comes back up, and the sphere won't work. So, when he's in that invincibility stage, the person who has the sphere has to walk up to him and use the sphere to hit him. What this does is it removes the sphere from the battle, making it to where it won't squad wipe you, and then you can proceed with the battle as normal. However, there is one little thing that made 3-manning this a little bit difficult. Crowler will occasionally like to use an ability called Ice Prison. Ice Prison freezes a party member, and you can technically destroy it, but we didn't have enough DPS to save the party member if they were frozen, so we decided against it. But if you're on a 5-man, this is probably simple, or I believe if you kill the priest fast enough, he won't even use his ability anyways, because he will be DPS fast enough to go to his phase where he summons a circle. So, once you put someone in a ice prison, you can either DPS them out or simply DPS the boss so he doesn't kill them. And he will overcharge in the middle. You'll see a little status bar above his head that will make him overcharge. That means that's how much time you have before your party member gets instantly killed. So after all this, after you lower him to about 200 or 300k, on the stage 1 raid specifically, that's about 25%, he will say, let's see you dance with death. When he does this, he will limit the amount of area you can run around in, and he will create 4 sections of a circle. Now, there's also another thing that makes this very pivotal, and it's that after some animations, he will make each character have a debuff of electrical discharge. What this means is that if you stand too close to a party member while you're in the circle, you and your party member will be taking continuous damage. Now, if, say, for example, you skip the sphere step, you don't want to kill the priest, and you just want to kill the boss, you can technically do that. The problem is, the person who has to run away from the sphere might actually just kill party members because they're actively running away from the sphere. Because, not only are they running away from the sphere, they're also causing the electrical discharge debuff, which can't be avoided, to deal damage to them and a party member. And, keep in mind, this is another useful tip, if the person who the sphere is targeting dies, if the sphere doesn't kill them itself, the sphere will go off automatically. Meaning, in the circle phase, if the party member gets even touched by the sphere or dies from the electrical discharge, the sphere will pop and will kill everybody. So it's highly advised that you decide to go through the priest phase and kill him with the sphere, so then you don't have to worry about it. After that, the raid's pretty simple. You DPS Crowler until he is killed. He doesn't have a lot of special attack abilities besides the sphere and the electrical discharge and the circles, which of course if you stand in the red areas that are constantly spinning around clockwise, you will take damage. So once you do all that, you should be set and ready to beat the Nightmare City raid. I hope this video was helpful, as it certainly was helpful to me when I was told by my other raid members how to do this boss fight. It made it very simple. At one point we got it done first try, because the difficult part is mostly the sphere and the ad. If you figure out that part and you do it, the rest of the raid's pretty simple. You can even do it with 3 party members down, and as long as one party member's in the sphere, they can finish off the fight. As always, if you like this video, leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye!